Hey guys, it's IcyNewYear, and we're here with a brand new world with a special guest, Squidhead.
Hello.
Flower Squidhead.
Yes, sir.
I
I
play
figured
single
I'd
player.
live up to my reputation as the tentacled overlord.
I love it. I love it. I play single player, so I never get to see this on other people. I only get to see it while I'm peeing my pants.
I've actually been a little disappointed that I haven't seen any videos yet in which people were wearing squid socially. So I decided to break that trend and do it myself.
I love it. Like
now
I'm
gonna
beat
need
this
you to.
off you.
Yeah,
Good
you're
sir.
gonna have to beat this thing off my head before we proceed.
Hold still while I beat it off.
Yes, please.
He is just not coming off. Get out.
Yeah, they're tough little buggers. They're very rubbery.
My fist just keeps bouncing
Yay!
off. There we
Okay,
go.
now let me dispose of this cheaty soul-forged helmet here before we start proper.
Yep. Sounds good.
I'll chuck it. I'll give it back to the squid from whence it came,
We're gonna see one wearing it someday.
along with the ink sacs. Yeah, if we happen to see a zombie or something wearing that helmet at some point, I'm gonna crack up laughing.
Yeah, yep. Because we're gonna have to deal with it. It won't despawn. It won't get affected by fire or the sunlight. We'd be screwed.
My God, I see you started punching wood before I did.
Well, I got scared. I've started to get smart in my play.
I've noticed, man.
I took your advice about like digging out of your own base to try to find caves.
Right.
And thank
that
you for
really
that.
helps.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it really helps, man.
Yeah, that's been good.
It actually kind of surprised me the players didn't clue into that aspect faster. You know, like I've heard from so many new players now that take the stratification as like some kind of indication that they should find surface level caves that extend all the way to bedrock, which is like insane. Like you can spend so long trying to find those kind of caves.
To be fair, I fell into that same mentality. It's super fun when you do it, though. Like, that is
I'm
a
sure.
fantastic experience. But, like, until
sure.
you explicitly mentioned that, like, the thought didn't even cross my mind. It was like, you know, stratification became just like a binary switch for me. I was like, oh, okay, no more digging strip mines. Like, that's just
I
how
hear
I
you.
approached it.
I've been putting some thought into it, and I'm thinking it might be kind of a weird form of like people habituated to playing vanilla, right? And then they get the idea, okay, I need to explore caves, and that kind of becomes that binary thing that you're talking about, that absolute, where it's like, you know, they have to go from the surface level to down to the bottom strata, and that's really not the case, right? Like, you know, if you dig around, like, down towards the top of the bottom layer, like you'll almost inevitably come across a cave.
Yeah, no, it's oddly enough, I intersected a cave that like could be seen from the that actually connected to the surface.
Right.
But just having a safe path to retreat into did save my life, so it was real nice.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can hear that.
Oh yeah, on the topic of squids, I saw in the IRC, I think it was Gates flipping out that squids steal tools.
Yes, they do.
So, because you weren't there, I'd like to share a nice little success story on your side where he had a mattock with silk touch stolen from him that he never got back.
Oh my God.
So,
Did you try to swim in after it?
it jumped. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I know that in the end he managed to live, but he didn't get his mattock
Oh
back.
boy, zombie just set me on fire. Hold on.
Oh god.
Panic.
Is it wearing a soul-forged steel helmet?
Jump. No.
Oh, thank God.
He climbed out of that little cave near us, though, and started chasing after me, set me on fire.
There is a chicken down in this hole, which is pretty exciting. Nice chicken.
Yeah, chickens are like the one animal that it really makes sense to punch to death at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, yeah. And I'm real bad about, like, protecting a chicken at the beginning. I always forget to.
Kill them all, man.
Really?
Yeah. By the time you get to the stage where you're really thinking about keeping animals, like you could always just go out and find another one, you know?
You know, I think when it comes right down to it, I don't think I haven't started a real new base since the change with not being able to find hemp seeds by punching grass.
Right.
So I think that's the mentality I'm still in, that I, you know, have a little bit of hemp seed built up. So I want to get a chicken early to get those eggs. So that's probably where that's coming from.
I can hear that. But yeah, the hemp seed coming from grass thing, like, it was just getting way too grindy. You know, like, I was watching your videos in particular, and you were just punching grass everywhere.
Yep.
You know, and that's not really the kind of thing that I want to encourage too much. You know.
I understand. I get it. It's something I still do just to clear out paths between places I go a lot.
Yeah, which
But
was the intent, right? Was to encourage people to think about clearing grass for the purposes of travel, right, and giving them a little bit of incentive through the seeds. But the thing is, it was basically becoming a grind where, not just you, but I was seeing several people just punching grass for the hell of it, you know?
Right.
And
I mean, it did get to the point, like, when the change was made, it obviously incentivized, I don't know if that word's right, whatever. It definitely made me want to get my farm up and running a lot faster, because I was able to sustain myself on eggs without having a farm, which felt a little off.
Right. Yeah, now at least you have to make a little bit of tech progress and stick at the kind of hunter-gatherer stage for a bit longer. Yeah,
and that stage is very fun. I'm glad I enjoy it because I've been in it so long, but...
Actually, we probably have way too much wood right now.
Yeah, I'm sitting on 21.
Yeah, I got 14 right now. Where are you at?
I'm right behind you.
Oh, there you are. Okay, so I'll make a workbench here.
Sounds good.
We should probably choose a location that makes for a handy... Oh man, it's getting dark already.
Yeah,
This is bad. Too much yakking on the first day.
We could probably just board off the side of that. Oh, wait. Coal. We can probably get by with half slabs, though, because I don't see any place we're really going to have to deal with, wolves around here.
I'm just going to dig a little hole into the earth here in my usual style.
Okay. Yeah, I always forget that that's a thing you can do, oddly enough. Like, I always look for some form of natural cave.
Well, we shouldn't have any wolves in the vicinity.
Right, which is going to be nice.
Yeah. So unless a jungle spider creeps out on us, we should be okay.
But I mean, if that happens, we have to accept our death anyway.
I think so, yeah.
As a little heads
I think
up,
we're far enough away from the jungle that we should be okay with that, though.
Yeah, the nice thing is we can get... I believe we can still get some pistons out of that at some point. Because we found
there's a jungle temple
just right over there. It's obviously going to be abandoned, so no super goodies, but the pistons are still there, right?
Yep, they are.
So
I don't know what we could use them for at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a while till it's useful. Wow, we're standing right on iron.
Do you really want to go running into that jungle right now, though?
Oh, no. I'm just bookmarking that for later. There is a zombie chasing a cow.
Okay, get in here, man.
Yup.
You have enough...
Ow.
Sorry. Oh.
It's beating the crap out of me. Can I have some dirt? Good sir.
Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
Thank you. It's been a while since I've had piles. Oh, crap. I did not think that through.
And make sure you don't put us in darkness just now.
Yeah. I think I can just... Wait, that'll put us in darkness. What am I doing? I never do this, so I'm just sitting here like, wait, what's the correct manner to go about this?
I think that's good, actually. I think... Yeah, there's just a 1-block gap there, right?
Yeah, okay, now we can do it. There we go.
Ah!
Oh, that's that. Forgot about the...
No, get rid of that.
Forgot about the slab change.
Oh, it's gonna take forever to dig it out.
I'm going! God, it's terrifying sounding. Okay, good. Now we're good. Yeah, because...
Okay.
Unless a spider comes, we're alright. Okay,
so do you have enough to make the obligatory 3 picks?
Yes, I should.
There's some stone.
There we go. I'm gonna let you take the first stone because I'm afraid if I go down there, I'll get punched in the head.
Fair enough. Can you make 2 more of those?
I do have 2 more. I just didn't give them to you because I am a tool.
Okay.
There we go. I had to say, I've been playing a lot of Terra Firmacraft lately.
Yeah, I saw that you have a video series going on that.
Yeah, and like my habits in Terra Firmacraft have like crossed over into Better Than Wolves, so I keep like jumping on branches expecting to fall through, and it's weirding me out. Here's two
right.
shafts that I already made.
Oh, excellent.
It's gotten to the point these are the only two mods I can kind of play at all in Minecraft.
Gotcha. I've still yet to ever try TFC. Like I actually know very little about it.
I enjoy it. I play it when I need a break from Better Than Wolves, like when things get too hard and scary for me.
Yep. So would you say it's actually harder in Better Than Wolves right now?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Terra Firmacraft is, I mean, it's a really cool mod. It can be a little bit grindy, but it makes, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's hard, it just takes a while, I think is the better way to put it. Gotcha. Better Than Wolves is definitely hard throughout.
Here, have 3 stone.
Excellent. Do you need more shafts?
No, I got.
Cool.
I did harvest enough wood to stock myself on shafts, although not for very long.
It's been a while since I've started with stone pick over stone axe. We kind of
well, it was just
took way too long.
It's really based It's really based on the time of day, right?
Yeah, basically.
Like how late in the day it is when you get enough wood to start making your tools.
Food's gonna be scary scarce once we get back up there.
Do you have any food at all?
I have a chicken and 2 mushrooms.
Okay. So this might get a little desperate come morning.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tricky one because I'm not in the greatest food position. That iron we found just by randomly digging down doesn't seem quite as nice anymore.
Not immediately, no.
Yeah, so how are you feeling about Better Than Wolves getting so close, man?
Man, it's pretty crazy right now. Like with last night's release, I decided to correct one last what I perceive to be imbalance with the content that's already in the game.
Right.
Which I don't know if you saw my description of that, but it's basically when I went searching for my own villagers in my world, I found that process was getting on the grindy side.
Right.
Right, where I was just wandering through biome after biome, like making tons of nether portals, because I based it on a nether transportation network, so I was basically heading out within the nether with about what was it? Like 150 block separation between the portals and the nether, which resulted in about a kilometer separation above ground.
Right.
And so every kilometer I was popping up, and I don't know, I must have gone through about maybe 12 to 15 portals before I finally came across my village. And one thing I noticed during that time that really helped was the recent change I made to only allow the player to get brewing stands from witch huts, right?
Right.
You can no longer make them yourself in Better Than Wolves. And what that resulted in during that whole process was that every time I saw a swamp, it really broke up the search. Like, it gave me something else to focus on, a secondary goal to go after. And even once I found my first brewing stand, like, I kept looking for those witch huts in order to get more of them so that I could do bulk brewing, right?
Right.
So, anyway, at some point I just came to the realization that, you know, if the jungle and desert temples had a similar attribute to them, like where they would actually be compelling to find, you know, as the game proceeded, that it would pretty much solve that, or at least I hope that it would pretty much solve that grindy aspect to the search for villagers, because, you know, you'd have all these different things to look for every time you came across a desert biome or a jungle biome or the swamp biomes with regards to the witch huts. So I decided to make one last, you know, kind of push to make those, make the temples interesting and actually worth finding. So that was a release I put out last night, and I'm quite happy with the results. Like, I actually had a lot of fun over the past couple of days working on that one. And as a bit of a spoiler, it actually includes the first really new block in Better Than Wolves in a very long time now.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it does.
I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, one of the temples includes a block that I was already planning on doing, so I didn't wind up spending more time on it than I had intended.
Mm-hmm.
But it includes a block I had been planning on adding for the endgame content that I'm going to be working on soon. And I was never quite happy with that plan because the block is actually very useful earlier in the game. So I was kind of on leaving it for so late for the player. So
right.
I'm really happy it's I had this idea for integrating it into the temples.
Very nice. Yeah, I can't wait to come across that. Oh wow, there's some coal here. That's useful.
Well, and there's actually, it's cool too in my mind because there's kind of a underlying logic to the whole thing now where I've turned magic into something that you don't really create but which you find.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So, to me anyway, I kind of like the idea that, magic stuff, like, because the enchanting table is the other thing. I mentioned that explicitly in the release
morning's
notes.
starting to come, so I'm excited about that.
Ah,
I'm down
cool.
to like 2.5 shanks.
And you just locked me in here with this with this slab of yours.
Oh, wow. Did not think that one through.
I'm trapped, Icy. You buried me alive.
Oh, enjoy your fate. I was trying to decide who gets to eat
yay.
this chicken. How are you on shanks?
I have nothing in the way of food. Absolutely nothing. And I'm just going to make myself a couple of axes here to...
Do you have any extra sticks? I've got 1 axe ready.
I am now out of sticks, but I have the tools I need.
Excellent. Cool.
Got myself a shovel, so I'm styling.
And now the desperate search for food begins.
Absolutely. So yeah, what I was saying was that you probably noticed this yourself, like how in vanilla Minecraft, magic is almost treated in a very mundane manner.
Right. I mean, the anvil being made of purely iron and...
Yeah, and it's like super easy to get your magical equipment, and vanilla enchanting almost becomes the default for the tools and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And not only is that kind of lame in terms of a balance perspective, because you're missing out on all this opportunity to work up towards it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also kind of lame in terms of just trivializing magic, which is more of a thematic thing. It's more of just a feeling, in general that, okay, well, magic is the norm, and ho-hum, here I go enchanting something else, right?
Exactly.
And you even see that in elements like how easy it is to get to the nether and all that kind of thing. Like, I find it trivializes the supernatural in the game, which I feel almost inevitably does a disservice in making it feel less spooky and less magical, really.
Exactly.
So that's what I was kind of going on about with regards to this whole kind of thematic element now that I've worked in, that magic isn't something you build, it's something you find.
I really like that.
Yeah, it's subtle, but I think it'll have kind of a lasting effect on the overall feel of things, because you build all your mechanical contraptions, and that aspect is totally up to you to create. But in terms of magic, you're relying on, whoever created these things to begin with, whoever built the temples and all those kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, anything that encourages world exploration is, absolutely okay in my book.
Well, the game really needs it.
Yeah, I mean, especially as someone who plays, almost exclusively single player, to a certain extent, there's very little reason to explore. And things that,
absolutely.
I mean, on a server, there's a bit more incentive to it. You want to get away from people, whatever. But I mean, in single player, once you have your basic necessities, anything that is going to encourage you to go further, I think, is a fantastic thing.
Absolutely, and it's not something that I've traditionally tried to address with Better Than Wolves. Like Better Than Wolves has gone through many different stages of development where I've attempted to address different aspects of the game.
Right.
And exploration wasn't really something that I was tackling until very recently. with my changes to the villagers and the abandoned villages and all this kind of stuff, and giving a reason for players to go out into the world other than just scenery.
I mean, with the size of the world being such a strength in Minecraft, it's nice to see. I don't know. I'm not a game designer, but I feel like I would have played to that strength.
No, absolutely you would, and it's one of the reasons I've always enjoyed talking to you so much, because you tend to think like a game designer, right?
Yeah, maybe I'll be there someday. Too easily distracted.
Well, it's either a lot of fun as a profession or total hell. So, best of luck to you.
Well, it's 50-50 shot there. That's good. That's good. So
I'd say less than 50-50 actually, with the way the industry has kind of turned.
I have
I guess it's been
gifts, beautiful fleshy gifts. I went hunting while
we
were talking.
I put a little cross marker next to our hidey hole so we don't make the same mistake last time and lose it completely.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Although I've lost you completely, I have no idea where you are.
At our hidey hole, standing at the entrance of it.
If you happen to get any coal at some point, a torch on top of that cross would be amazing.
Yep, there are 2 exposed in our base as of now, so...
I'm just coming back to cook up the little food that I found, because
I found a good bit. I got 5 pork chops, 4 mutton, and a couple chickens.
Ooh, could I ask for a donation? Because I am already peckish.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
I'm going to take this chicken because I'm at 2 shanks left. Use the last of my hunger to go far enough to find food. The, not being able to hunt the first night kind of hurt us a lot there.
Yeah, but we're doing okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Finding a couple pigs was very useful.
Yeah, it just set us up with a slight food shortage for the next day. I'm sure we could get by it.
Yeah, I believe in IcyNewYear. Or kind of more year hunting prowess. If this was single player, I probably would have died somehow. Probably by going to that jungle temple. Let's be honest here.
Well, we have the added obligation here to stay alive for the viewers, so we don't end up separated like last time.
Yeah, I got so many complaints from that last time. No,
I saw a lot of those.
Last time we pointed out that, people complaining about it being too hard, and we were being very, very casual with our play. Yeah. No one commented on that fact.
Oh man, I just found a nice little herd of cows here.
Oh, very nice.
We be styling.
I need to get some sticks, actually. I also have 2 stacks of mushrooms. Okay, can we talk about the one comment on the Minecraft forums? The guy who was talking about how he, exclusively ate mushrooms. I couldn't get over that.
I had even forgotten about that one. That's all he was doing?
Yeah, he just, was talking about, how he just... Yeah.
Man, that's like non-stop chewing.
There's just a couple different kinds of players in the world, and I don't think I could ever deal with that. I think I'd rather die than just have to eat 6 stacks of mushrooms.
Yeah, the ADD amongst Minecraft players is extreme at times, man.
Yeah.
It's I can't possibly waste any of these animals. I must chew non-stop to survive on mushrooms.
I'm sitting here eating 2 shanks worth, and it's physically painful to hold down this right mouse click button right now.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we're doing decent on food.
Well, it's like I said, my policy when I play myself is just kill everything, exterminate all animals, and eat them, eat their tasty flesh.
I mean, if I happen to get extremely lucky with a cow that's already in a hole at spawn, yeah, I'll go ahead and let him live, cover him up, so I, at least have a source of milk later without having to go through the hassle of, dragging animals. But
I'm hungry. I am behind you. Could you possibly, come my way and throw me some food?
Yeah, where? Oh, there you are. Okay.
I don't want to resort to eating our raw.
Yep, I got 4 cooked pork chops on me. Actually,
thank you, sir.
You probably have. Those need to be cooked at some point, and I'm out of, any form of wood product.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little cooking now.
Cool. Can I get enough to make 2 sticks from you?
What do I got here? All I got is logs at the moment. Hold on. Pop this up.
Yeah, I broke my axe hunting because I figured you had the wood under control for now.
Give you. Where are you? There you are.
Thank you, good sir.
I just pulled one of those mind-bending control key combination keyboard shortcuts.
Every single time I do those, I have to think about them, and it really...
Yeah,
like,
the keyboard shortcuts have gotten completely out of control. Man.
Yeah. Like I really like the drag feature. Like that's nice.
Except it's kind of poorly implemented. Like it's like I've gotten used to it now, but I know that it's poorly implemented in terms of being really finicky.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Like,
and I hate that part of it. You know, like I think it's a really good feature, but man, the implementation is pretty poor.
Yeah, which is something I haven't heard in a while. It's a really good feature.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to take at least one little jab.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, yeah, I'm pretty jaded about vanilla features at this point.
Horses completely... That was what killed all possible hope I held.
Yeah, it was the same for me. What was... Oh, yeah, it was the look of horses in particular that it just...
I'm a
pretty much finished me up.
Minecart systems, and it was just like another duplicate feature that was in every way better.
Absolutely, and the thing is, up until that point, I was planning on putting some work into them so that wouldn't be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So that they would be useful without completely wrecking minecarts.
Right.
But it was actually when I finally saw the look that I said, the look of them, that I said, okay, well, forget it, man.
No more alligators.
You know, like I'm not an artist, and this is going to take way too much time for me to fix.
Right. I need to try out the Better Horses add-on. I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet.
Yeah, I may actually give that a shot once I'm finished with Better Than Wolves, because it's certainly interesting, to be sure, and I think it's one of the add-ons I've been most hopeful about.
With Dave at the helm, I have good feelings for it.
Yeah, Dave's the man, for sure.
Okay, it's starting to get a little dark, so I'm going to head on back.
Yeah, I set up a torch inside, and I'm just going to put one on top of this cross now.
I found I obsessively replant saplings now. Which, good on you, because I am a serial deforester normally. There we go.
Well, the trees take so long to grow now, though, that I doubt we'll have any use for them during our session.
Very true, very true. I don't think I've seen a tree fully grow yet.
I have, in the world I'm playing now, I have a bunch of birch trees planted around my base that have gone through a single growth cycle.
Wow.
So when you get... Well, the whole idea is really that you need a large tree farm now, right? If you're going to get a sustainable supply of wood from it. And once you have, like, you've gone through the first growth cycle, you should have trees in a large enough tree farm popping up, here and there, and you'll be able to get a steady flow out of it. It's really when you first plant the saplings that it's a bitch to wait around for them.
Yeah, it definitely has inspired me to start planning out my bloodwood tree farm, which is something I had never done before.
Cool.
So
I'm glad to hear it.
Pretty excited about that. I've been having so much fun in the Nether lately.
With what?
The Nether in general.
Oh, good.
I spent a good 3 hours off camera just exploring my Nether and creating paths for Nether growth. And
excellent.
It was just enjoyable.
Awesome.
I normally hate the Nether. I really do. I feel like way too much is focused into just the strongholds to make the Nether at all interesting outside that. Right. And it was really enjoyable going through, knowing that I was making progress, but just enjoying the killing of the ghast and almost dying a lot of times.
I particularly like that the kind of pathing mechanic you mentioned with regards to the Groth. Because there's this real aspect of it, of creating a little paths for it and making bridges for it and kind of nurturing this evil growth.
Exactly. I entered armed with roughly 14, 15 spores and 12 buckets of concrete, and managed to growth over, or despawned over an area far larger than I will ever need, just because it was very enjoyable to do.
Nice. Yeah, that pathing mechanic was actually why I made the spores so expensive and why you can't harvest them off the growth itself. Because I didn't want people to just create more. Like, I wanted the idea to kind of be, okay, you plant it once and then, you help it spread.
Right, right. I have to say, I was thinking about Better Than Wolves coming to an end soon is such an odd concept in the modding world. I can't think of any other mod that's actually been like, okay, it's done now, as opposed to just simply fading away.
Well, I doubt there are very many mods that have been in development for 2.5 years either.
That is true. That is very true.
Like, I'm a particular brand of crazy to have gone at it for this long.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It is. So as a Let's Player and as just a player of Better Than Wolves, it's a very bittersweet feeling.
Yeah, I can hear that, and it's the same. It's the same being the developer as well.
I imagined. So I know.
But I am so pleased, man, that I still just love playing this thing, and because that has never happened to me with any of the professional game development projects I've worked on. Like, usually by the end of the project, I am just so sick of it that I never want to see it again. And I may play it once again, like years later after the bitterness has subsided.
Right,
but
right.
In this case, I really just love playing it. It's become a real balancing act for me between developing it and just enjoying it, and taking the time to play it for fun.
That says something about it getting close to completion.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's like I was saying on IRC the last time we talked about it. Is that usually when I'm playing any game, right, every few minutes or at the very least, once an hour or something, kind of the inner designer voice in my head will end up screaming, man, this should be different,
Right, right.
It should have been done this way, or it should have been done this way, and that applies to my own games as well. And generally in the past, when I've played Better Than Wolves, inevitably, like, that designer voice kicks in and starts screaming at me. And man, it's been like, that didn't happen, I'd say, over maybe the last 40 hours that I played Better Than Wolves. My inner designer voice was just peaceful, serene, and silent.
Glad to hear.
Yeah, it's really satisfying for me, man, because usually the reason why I'm so dissatisfied with my own games, after I've completed them, or I have been in the past professionally, is because of the compromises I've had to make along the way, to marketing or to publishers or, to an idiotic producer or, so ultimately I end up so pissed off kind of at my own game because of those compromises. And in Better Than Wolves' case, I just haven't compromised. Like, people... we were talking on the forums recently kind of my general fuck off policy when people make suggestions that I'm not into or whatever. Like, I've just from the start of this done exactly what I wanted to do, in terms of design, and refused to make any compromises, largely because when I've been making games in the past, it's been a process that has just been constantly full of compromises, which is one of the things that drove me absolutely nuts in the industry, right? Is I could never really make the games I wanted to make. I had to sell out, inevitably sell out at one point or another, right? And in this case, I just haven't, and that's what's made making Better Than Wolves so enjoyable for me, because it's afforded me complete creative freedom, which is something, I've never really had before.
I mean, I think that's... that concept is a huge part of why I'm really excited for Return to Home. So, because it's taking that to another level. I mean, not only are you, completely creatively in control, you're not going to be stuck with the limitations of the code base that's already there.
Well, that's exactly it, right? I'm kind of taking things to the next level now, where it's, okay, well, now I want to do things completely from scratch, and I'm willing to invest the time and effort into creating my own code base and everything so that I can take that creative control to the next level, and do things exactly the way I want, and not be tied down to, craziness like the vanilla update cycle, or feeling obliged to fix Mojang's broken features and all this kind of craziness.
Right.
Can you pause the recording just a sec, Icy?
Yeah, sure. And we're back.
Okay, so what time of day do we got here? Sun is Slowly rising, I think.
Yep, getting there. Got
How are you for food right now?
I've got some mushrooms I can compulsively eat. I'm only missing 2
Oh,
shanks. So
okay,
I'm
let
alright.
me throw some food at you here.
Excellent, excellent.
I'm just counting out the number of bark I need.
I still don't know those numbers. I just do it by feel.
Well, I always try to keep things at even numbers so that it won't be too hard to remember. But the bark and the sawdust are both 8 of them to cook one food.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll be easy to remember because I'm used to 1 coal cooking 8 units from vanilla.
Yeah, exactly. Which is one of the reasons I chose that number.
Okay.
I just threw some shanks on the food there for you,
Excellent.
or on the steps.
Mutton.
Ooh, a chest, luxury.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good about our situation.
I got boots.
Yeah, I noticed. I'm working on my wool to get there. I think I might do a bit of hunting. I saw some cows, so pretty excited about doing some absolute slaughter and such. Not. There we go.
I think we're falling into, or at least I'm falling into the trap of not remembering to play while I talk.
Yeah, yeah. I've just been obsessively cutting down or chopping up charcoal, cobblestone.
Oh, cool. Mind if I grab some of this? Here?
Feel free. Feel free.
I need to make myself some more axes.
Yep.
I'm just gonna widen our entrance a bit so we don't get clogged up here.
There we are. Hot bar full of axes, and I'm ready to kill some stuff. I think it's late enough. If not, it just screwed us. We'll see. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. Oh, there's a creeper. There we go.
Huzzah!
Obligatory creeper hole.
So we were planning on going to get some cocoa beans today, right?
Oh, of course, of course. Have fun with that. I'll see you in hell.
Right, gotcha.
I'm a little worried about just randomly having a witch fall in our hole. Do witches burn in sunlight? I actually don't know that.
No, they do not.
Awesome. So if one falls in the hole of our entrance, we are pretty boned.
Yep, that'll mess us up right quick.
It was funny, like, when the witches spawned in my base, and a lot of people were like, oh, you just sat there and stared. And the reason I sat and stared is I don't think I had ever actually seen them before.
Yep.
Or I had at least seen them so rarely, it took a while to process what they were. I was like, what is going on? There's just like this sudden icy shooting gallery.
It's nothing to worry about, man.
Exactly, nothing to worry about.
It's all oh, rain. Now, I'd advise staying away from the water right now.
Oh, good call. I'll move over
just in
here.
case this is a thunderstorm. Let's.
There we go. And I have to cut off the rain sound. I cannot deal with that when I'm recording.
Yeah,
especially when I'm recording with someone else. That'll just drown out your voice.
I think for the first time ever, I'm going to turn it down myself.
In single player, it's not bad. I can fix it in post. But when you're on the same track as the rain, oh, you terrified me. I'm so not used to seeing other people. I just saw you standing off in the distance like, what the hell mob is that?
And I didn't even have a squid on my head.
Nope. That would have been, well, probably would have just ended us being together at this point.
I think we're safe. This isn't a lightning storm.
Huh, I didn't realize the light levels were different. Well.
Oh yeah, well you know how occasionally when it's raining, mobs will start spawning?
Right. Is that because of the...
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, that's when it's a storm.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, I was actually mentioning on the forums that I might take a pass at because like looking at the sky right now, there's not much to distinguish between a storm and just regular rain.
Right.
So I was talking about it on the forums recently that I'd actually like to take a look at that and try to make it visually distinct so that it really hits home. Especially now, because with the squid, that was why I was telling you to stay away from the water, because not only can mobs spawn in a storm, but it's a low enough light level that the squid will get aggressive at the
Squids
surface.
become restless during the storms. I like that.
Yeah. Well, they basically hunt. They hunt in the darkness, right? Which I think suits squid particularly well, since they're a creature that relies on camouflage a lot in the consensus reality.
Right.
So they basically will only attack if they're both in darkness and you are as well.
I like that.
Which is why you can swim at the surface level with no problem during the day, because they won't go after you because you're in the light. But if you descend too deep, yeah, they'll come after you.
I believe that gives squids one of the most complex AIs in this game, which is
Yeah, I know.
hilarious in like every single regard.
I know, because they were so derpy, and somebody mentioned that on the forums recently too, that now they've become like one of the scariest mobs in the game, and they were completely useless before.
As long as on your weather pass that you don't start making it rain squids, I think I'm all right.
No. Well, that's not a bad suggestion, actually. No. Now I'm going to have to put toads into the game.
Well, let me go ahead and just toss out another suggestion of obsidian tools so I can balance it all out.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
No, well, that's a given. I'm just waiting for the very end.
Of course, I assume that was in-game too or there.
And I'm totally ripping off your dirt to diamonds in the end game.
Oh, obviously. I have legitimately been considering sitting down and writing an add-on that does
dirt to diamonds add-on.
My thought was I'll make it in a crucible. Like, you'll have to cook it in a stoked cauldron, and it produces blasting oil as a side effect, as a what the hell's the word I'm looking for? As a byproduct. There we go.
Yeah.
Just right into your stoked cauldron.
So that anybody that installs it immediately detonates.
Exactly.
Excellent. I can get behind this idea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Ah, swamps. Even after the whole witch thing, I still really like swamps. Which is oh god, I'm lost. Oh, there you are. Excellent. I have the worst
I've been keeping my
sense.
eye on. Man, we're surrounded by jungle on multiple sides.
Yeah, I've noticed this, and I decided not to mention it to try and keep spirits up.
I think I saw the edge of a desert there, so we can always wander out into the desert and die if we like.
Excellent. We are in a good position, would be a pretty big overstatement. Those slimes. I always forget that
so
slimes,
derpy, man.
Like I never remember until I see them again that they can't even jump. Like
they really should have just left them underground, like spawning in limited chunks. Like, this is just retarded. They're terrible at surface navigation. They always get stuck in water. At least underground they were slightly interesting. Here they're just lame.
I mean, it wouldn't be bad if it was underground in swamps. Like, I didn't like the gaminess of slime chunks. Like, that really bothered me.
Well, slime serves so little use to begin with. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I think I've been screwed in vanilla worlds far too often with not being able to find slimes at all. And though, to be fair, it added a lot of interesting designs I've made using pistons for things that traditionally sticky pistons would be used for.
Yeah, I can hear that.
I'm just going to take a peek in these holes. Oh, that's not even a hole. It's just an indentation. I did eat a lot of food today, though.
Oh, we have enough wool for a pair of pants.
Ooh.
Well, I already got the boots, man, so armor yourself.
Gonna go wear me some pants. Feeling pretty good about that.
And one more piece of leather, a bit more meat.
There we go. I love the breeches. They get me every time. Every time I put on a pair of wool breeches, I just like have to go in F5 mode because it amuses me far too much.
Oh, you're looking awesome. They go particularly well with your skin. Actually.
Yeah, it works out. Enjoy it. Excellent.
It does kind of look like a bit of a wardrobe malfunction on you.
Okay, cool. I'm done staring at myself. Funny story about my skin. This was made by one of my best friends in real life. I've known the guy for, I don't know, 10 years or so.
Okay.
And he made the skin for me. And I looked at it. I was like, this is really cool. I really enjoy it. But why did you give me blue eyes? He's like, aren't your eyes blue? It's like, I think it just is an indication of like man priorities. Known the guy for 10 years, and he's just like, I don't know what color eyes you have.
I don't know, man. That's like a grounds for breaking up or something, isn't it?
So I propose a cigarette break. Are you in the mood for a cigarette break?
That sounds absolutely delightful, Isaac.
Excellent. So
let's do it.
I guess for the viewers, this is going to be the end of this episode, but yeah.
Log out to pause it, I guess?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.